Hey everybody, welcome to Stacking Pennies. Corey LaJoie here alongside Ryan Flores. Star-studded episode today. We got SBG, great friend of the show, great road course racer as well. He's going to break down Watkins Glen and his road course success this season and all that and more. This is on Stacking Pennies. Let's go.
Stacking them deep, selling them cheap.
It tastes like gasoline, rubber, and victory.
We're just out here stacking pennies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stacking Pennies. Corey LaJoie here alongside Ryan Flores. Big show on tap for you guys today. I know I say that every week, but every show is big because we're joined by, it's the first time all year we've been able to get this fellow in studio, SVG. We followed his transition to NASCAR last year on a frequent occasion. Mondays have been packed for him, so we recorded an episode last week, get down all of his success this year. Excited to catch up with our buddy. And as always, Ryan Flores. How's it going?
Great. Happy to be here.
Where do we even start, man? How was your week? Because I had an interesting weekend.
Mine was good. Mine was not interesting. I didn't race Bowman Gray for the first time. I just hung out. You drove up to, I had one sick child at home, so hung out, dug into my Ford F100 motor, trying to figure out a misfire. So I've been deep into that thing, lifters.
Kind of like the NBC's opening where they got, Josh Berry and, who would they have? Ross Chastain change the spark plugs. Yeah, I guess you didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I was working.
I kind of like that intro video. They got, guys.
Spark plugs?
Yeah, they had an old Corvette for the Chevy guys. Ross Chastain was in there. They had Josh Berry and some different guys. Most of them were the guys already locked into the playoffs, it seemed like. With some B-roll clips of the season, they kicked it back. There was a couple of shots of Tim Richmond, a lot of shots of Richard Petty, Dale Sr.
Tell you the story, the Corvette story about Ross Chastain?
No.
And gas man on two-car Andrew Lackey. Before Ross was famous, he lived with they lived on one of Dale's rental properties up in Mooresville, and Ross parked in Andrew Lackey's spot with his Corvette and left for like 2 weeks to a watermelon convention, and Andrew put up his car on Craigslist, his Corvette, for $10,000 and put his actual cell phone number. He said it said something along the lines. I had this real funny explanation, but at the end it said, "Honestly, I just can't drive it." Trying to get rid of it. And Ross, it was up for like an hour, and Ross texted Lackey and said, "I don't know what you've done, but please take it down."
Yes.
People are blowing my phone up about this car.
Yeah, because it's like a fairly nice Corvette, right? And people just
$10,000.
Hey, what are you gonna take for that thing? I'll give you cash right now.
I'm on my way.
Bring a trailer. I loaded the kiddos up, Levi and Jensen, with a buddy of mine. We rode up to Bristol on Saturday for the Speedway Classic. From the time I left to the time I got back home, it was an incredible experience. Now I understand that I have privileges and a lot of connections, right? Golfed in the Speedway Children's Charity Tournament on Monday this past week, so they hooked a brother up with some tickets. There was two distinct, seemed like, experiences. There was the infield. They had trailers and food tents and setup and all the things. It was amazing, right? I had a couple videos I put up, and then so we got there. Right, we get a hot dog, we get a couple drinks, a couple beers, popcorn, hanging out. Concert, Tim McGraw concert. That was awesome. So then we wanted to go to the fan zone just to see what they had going on. They had a lot of stuff, a lot of games. Levi was like, games, I want, games. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. We were at a baseball game. Anyways, we had to walk up the grandstands, right? We walked out of the front stretch, like start-finish line, up the grandstand seats, and then we're going to walk around the concourse and down to
it's on the backstretch. The fan zone's on the backstretch, isn't it?
It's kind of like off of turn one.
Okay.
Or in between turn 1 and 2. So we walk up, around, and we're standing at the gate debating on whether we go down because the line was like a football field long of people trying to get through the gate. So if we go out, we got to come back in through that line. We're like, we're not going to do that. So we go back, and there's some weather. The lines were noticeably long, and the concourse was noticeably packed. So we get a snow cone, we go back down, and we proceeded to have a great time. And it's no sooner than they wheeled Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch in this little rolling baseball helmet. Chase was with Chipper.
How was his
Jones.
pitch?
So Chipper Jones pitched to Chase. Chase caught it. Johnny Bench Hall of Fame MLB player for the Cincinnati Reds, was the catcher, naturally, Kyle Busch wearing the Cincinnati Reds.
Okay. How did Kyle's pitch go?
If I had to compare Brad Keselowski's basketball shot to Kyle Busch's first pitch, they're pretty comparable, bro. If Brad Keselowski's basketball form's like a 1 out of 10, it ain't much better.
I feel like Chase probably could have thrown a little better. Why'd they do that? They set Kyle up for failure with that.
Well, I think because Johnny Bench is a catcher.
Okay.
That was his position, right? It's just naturally for
Keep thinking you're going to say Johnny Benson. I'm a racer at heart, buddy.
Yeah. Well, Kyle wasn't having a good day because he tried to knock down the wall at Iowa during practice, and then they loaded his ass up and brought him to Bristol. Just not a good day, top to bottom, for Mr. Busch.
Nope.
But it started raining downpouring after that, so we loaded up and we left.
Mother Nature was mad about that first pitch, so it's opened up the skies.
Yeah, like that's enough. That's enough. So we gave it the MLB a little bit of NASCAR treatment because naturally we're going to bring weather wherever we go. But kudos. I don't know.
Dude.
I hate it for some fans who had a bad experience, but Bristol, the venue itself, is unbelievable. And the risks and the gambles that Marcus and his entire team continue to make, I think, are awesome. So I hate that people didn't have, based off of shortage of food or whatever. I don't.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
There's a lot of people that didn't have a good time, but me and my family had a blast. So.
Man, I've never sat in the rain more than I have at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
And I felt bad. That sucks because that's such a cool event. Sucks that it got kind of postponed there. And then Hickory, man, they were paying big money for the Late Models Cars Tour Throwback Weekend. That got rained out. I watched the end of it yesterday after we landed. I was like, man, they have been there forever.
Who won the late model stock race?
Minnie Tyrell.
Hey, Minnie Tyrell, and then Spencer Davis.
They all wrecked them coming about 10 to go.
Was that the late model stock race?
Yeah, they augured it into the
pit gate.
Jesse Johnson hitting there?
Backward.
Pow. I mean, there's been a couple famous wrecks there at the pit gate.
Was that Jared or Jesse?
It's Jesse.
One of Jimmy's
brothers. Yeah, it was Jesse. And then flew to Iowa Sunday. Shout out Butterbean Queen and Steve-O getting a win. Them guys are beating the crap out of that Gibbs bunch, seems like. Brent Cruz has been a big prospect.
He's the next dude.
Well, I mean, Butterbean Queen's getting the best of them.
Yeah, he is. One at Dover, one at Iowa.
He's won 5 this year.
Has he?
5 of them.
We'd love to get him. I was texting him earlier about trying to get him on the show. Maybe the next couple of weeks.
It's a great mullet.
Brandon Butterbean Lightning McQueen.
Brandon Edward McQueen.
Yeah, I just love hearing him talk too.
He's funny.
Big Waffle House guy,
big Waffle House guy.
What else we got? So you went to
first ever win for. I watched the Xfinity race on Saturday. First ever win for Haas Factory Team.
Okay.
Shout out to those guys. That's a big step, man. That place is near and dear to my heart. Stuart Haas, I loved. Had a lot of my years as a young man spent in that place. Time I was about 23 to 26 years old, or younger than that.
I saw one of the all-time great mechanics. Great clips the other day when I was getting Levi's haircut. Crick Smokestadt.
Oh, stud. Is he still over there?
Yeah. So he said he listens to the show.
Love it.
Says we do a great job. So that's when I really get warm and fuzzies, when somebody that does this stuff for a living thinks we do a good job.
Haas Factory Team, the way a crow flies, is about less than a mile from this shop too. So I was happy. Man, they took a big leap of faith. There's been a lot of change over there. There's a lot of guys at that place that are friends of mine, and I'm happy to see them get success.
What kind of leap of faith did they take?
Well, they sold all their charters and just rebranded and
kept a nice shop, kept their smartest people, kept doing the same thing they were doing.
Yeah, but Joe probably could have just sold everything and been done with it. So I guess a leap of faith to start the team and keep the charter.
I heard some rumors. You see the little rumor about Legacy Motor Club and them combining?
Oh, that'd be smart. Well, would that become Toyota or Ford team?
I don't know.
Well,
we're not.
I didn't hear that. That's first. You breaking news here?
Yeah, I don't know about. Well, no, I mean it's on social. It's on Instagram, so definitely it's official. That's a great shop. That's a perfect cup.
That's a killer facility.
That's a perfect cup shop.
Won a cup championship. Won 2 of them out of that shop.
Yep.
It's a perfect shop, especially now because it's not too big.
You keep 4 or 5 cars in rotation.
It was built to get cars from Hendrick and just outfit them.
Yeah.
That's what it was when I worked there in 2011.
Which is essentially what you're doing now.
And that's exactly what you're doing now. You're getting cars from NASCAR and just bolting them together. And I don't know. I love it. We got some videos queued up. What do we got here?
Well,
got some
first off, when I
man.
pulled up, when I saw Chase Briscoe got another pole, I'm like, Jesus, man, this guy's rocket, man.
He's hauling them out. Unloaded, too. The Fords were struggling when they unloaded. It's like they all shared data, and they all missed the balance, and then they were able to turn it around for qualifying. But Hendrick cars and Toyotas have kind of dominated the summer here. That's it.
What do we got? So let's
we got a caution wreck compilation. How many cautions were there yesterday? 12 or 13? It's a lot of cautions for Iowa. It looked like this is a typical place where you think about long green flag runs. That's what we did last year. Put 2 on with Blaney. Ran the last however many, 80 laps green.
Well,
no issues.
After the first stage goes majority green, I think it went green to checkered first stage. At that point in time, when people realize, like, oh, shoot, I can't pass. The only time I could pass is in the first 4 laps of restart. I got to start laying the bumpers to people. And then instantly, when the aggression gets turned up, and there's also that SVG yellow that flipped the field.
Yeah.
It puts the slow guys up front. I say, quote unquote, slow guys. It's the guys that were deep in traffic. Now they're in front.
Yeah.
And they had also better tires. So there's some guys fading. There's some guys that had faster cars. The 6 had the fastest car of the day.
His car turned like nobody else.
I was hoping to see that. I was hoping to see Bradley get that first win of the year and kind of resurrect his season. But
how awkward is it getting with that Roush Fenway bunch? If Brad wins and they're all on the bubble, it's like, oh no.
Well, yeah,
1760 racing each other.
They're splitting the cut line right now.
Yeah.
Busher above it, Priest below it. Also, I got to give Priest his flowers. I generally don't, but he's freaking crushing it.
Dude, in the last 8 races, his worst finish is like 19th or 15th or something like that. He's had
crushing.
A lot of single-digit finishes. He's coming to his own. I am pumped to see it for Ryan Priest. He's been a journeyman. He hasn't been in great situations.
Yep.
And he's been able to build this team, mold it around him.
And it's hard to start a team and come out of the gate swinging. Not a lot of notes, but, man.
I think if they make the playoffs, they can make some noise, man. Gonna see what happens.
It's hard-nosed racer.
That's it.
He's a hard-nosed racer. What do we got here? We got a wreck compilation. So if you're watching on YouTube here, we got the 11. Just loose, middle of 3 wide, bad arrow spot. Now, this is what happens. This is a compliment for Denny. When you get loose and you don't want to wreck the guy on your outside, you ultimately spin out yourself, right? Inherently, when you watch the 77 get loose, he doesn't care about the outside guy. He just takes that guy. Like, I'm saving my car. Denny's trying to stay off the 16 here. And
he could have
just dumped them, right? And he probably could have saved his car. But he was trying to be a courteous competitor and not junk somebody. And he spins out himself. You know what? We rack it. We'll re-rack it. We'll keep going again.
We see Chase Briscoe spin out the 43. Toyota on Toyota crime here. I was like, whoa.
Well, Chase may or may not have spun out 3 Toyotas yesterday. He got 2 in 1 whack. I'm sure that the Toyota competition.
There's a lot of teammate.
All
weekend.
Yeah.
Teammates running each other. The JRM cars on Saturday. Zilich on the bottom got loose, wrecked both. Got into both of his teammates, cost them a win.
Okay, so I don't blame this actually. Now that I'm watching this back, so the 43 was trying to get to the left rear of the 23 here, and the 19 came off for anticipating the 43 to blend when he wasn't blending, and just racing deal, man.
The 9 and the 5.
Oh, is this the 43 coming up to the 23? Like, hey, I ain't happy about that.
No, so this was a lap before. And it's the 42. Yeah.
Okay.
So and this kind of started that in motion.
Oh, this is the one he drove the 23 in the fence.
Yes.
Okay, let's see it. Oh, jeez. That was a damn. So he was locked onto him like a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah, drove right in his left rear.
That's the video game stuff.
So now we got to give the flowers to the mechanics in the 23 car. Because they changed toe link. They only lost 2 laps. Got that thing back apparently straight as it was new. And Bubba had the drive of the day. From 32nd on the last yellow, under green the entire time, drove all the way back to 6th. So, good job, Bubba.
Good job, Bubba. Charles and I said this earlier, it was on the morning drive this morning, Pete Pistone, but Bubba has always been, since he was 12 years old and we were racing with him, he's always been a confidence-based race car driver.
Yep.
If he has confidence, he's fast. If he doesn't have confidence, it's really bad. Charles tonight, bring him in, the leadership, the way that he's been able to wrap his arms around this team, have them all buy in. In years past, Bubba, when he gets spun or something like that happens, he's
Gives
done.
up. Yeah.
To charge like this, how good his pit crew's been, you can tell that if we're giving flowers, it's because Charles Denick's over there watering them day and night,
Yeah,
right? He's
he
out
is.
there. He's got the fertilizer. He's in Miracle Grow, spraying it on there. And that's the difference. Like, everywhere he's gone, we saw him, was he McAnally's truck team?
Yep.
Everywhere he goes, he makes them better. And there's certain guys that everywhere they go, they make the team better. And, it takes a little while for it to show up. This has been a big leap of faith for him, right?
Yeah.
To go from crew chief in a truck team to, hey, you're going to crew chief Michael Jordan's
Cup car
that, some people would say it's underperformed, right?
Yeah.
You fix it.
Yeah.
And he has, man. And Bubba's bought in. The pit crew's bought in. Pit crew's fastest of the year still when I look at the metrics from Racing Insights. So it's exciting.
You just said it, right? Confidence. Where you have the tail 2 tapes right now, you can tell the uptick in performance with the 23 car in Bubba because he's got confidence. He's got confidence in when he may or may not make a mistake that the team's not going to lay down on him, and vice versa. Cars are driving good, so he can trust the car that's going to be there. Kyle Busch, he literally said in his interview after he chunks it in the fence, he doesn't have confidence that the car is going to be there when he leans on it. And this car really exaggerates when a driver doesn't have confidence to make speed.
You know what? I was talking to Drew Herring before the race, spotter
for 19.
for Chase Briscoe. He said that it was really interesting watching the cars go from no grip on the old asphalt. It'd be like loose, and then they'd hit the new asphalt, and it'd get all of a sudden you had all the grip in the world. He said that's what he felt like happened to Kyle. He kind of asked a little bit, arced it in, got the right rear was in the old stuff, and then right when he got loose, he kind of hit the new stuff, and it gripped, and pow.
So you can't enter, this is how it was last year anyways, you couldn't enter the new asphalt with any slide. So if you started to get loose, like you saw the 45 in practice, got real loose, up the hill is a great save, but if you start to bend the car and the right rear starting to lose a little bit of lateral, and then you get on the new surface, it shears, and that's what happened to him.
Yeah, well, he just pow,
combination with the bumps, but if you enter that new asphalt with any sort of rear slide, your day's done. You saw it with the 88 missed it, right sides above the new asphalt, backed it in the fence. Kyle obviously did it in practice. We saw a lot of guys get out of shape there. I don't know. I wish there was like one more lane paved. I think it would create some more runs, give guys more options, because you see here the 3 wide. You just can't really go anywhere.
If you pave this whole track, is the race going to be any good?
No.
Like, I think that half paving makes it sketchy, but I just do think that, watching the Xfinity race, even they complained about dirty air, and that's going to be a tale the whole time. We just need more offensive tools for the drivers.
Such as? What are your recommendations?
Like, we just talked about packing air. Like,
I'd like
I don't know, push the pass. I'm not sure, but like, you need to be able to manipulate the car in front of you a little bit, right? You used to be able to get behind them.
I wonder what this car would behave like without the floor on it.
Yeah, I had that question thrown at me earlier. I just don't know that it's that easy to just take them off, but they need to start.
A couple bolts, like probably 15
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff connected to that. The doors will be flapping around. There's a lot of ways to figure out what that looks like, but I think that okay, how did we get here? We got here because the 1.5 mile races sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to like the short track races because there's more cautions, blah, blah, blah. Now the 1.5 mile racing is awesome.
Yep.
We need to have a fully different package for the short tracks, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that should not be an issue. So we
Yeah,
got to get there, and I think we have to turn the wick up on figuring that out pretty quick.
I agree. I watched it. That was the first race where I'm like, yeah, we need to get to work. Like, we can go into our list of
tires.
Yeah, and I've been in all those meetings and as to why, and I don't think adding 75 horsepower or 100 horsepower is going to change it, because the evolution of this car is teams figure out how to get these things to drive better and better. Cars drive really well. They're on the edge, but like they make a lot of grip. In my opinion, the cars are too heavy and they have too much rubber on the road. The tires are 1.5 inches wider went on this spiel before. Inch and a half wider per corner, stiffer sidewall, which they make more grip. I don't know if you lighten the cars up, then inherently you're just taking rigidity away from safety in the cockpit. That's what their argument is.
Yeah.
But
we'll figure it out.
The Garage 56 car, which granted probably cost over $1 million to build per car, is like 400 pounds lighter.
Yeah, I'm sure they could trim some fat somewhere.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to be in the Hendrick meeting today. The 9 and the 5 just seemed to have a magnet on each other yesterday. They hit each other in a couple different restarts, but it never looked to me to be malicious. It just looked like one zigged, one zagged, right?
Yeah. I didn't even see this actually.
I heard Kyle had a pretty good rant on the radio too.
He was fired up.
Cliff was trying to calm him down. Stay mad for a minute. Stay mad. It's okay. We'll get you dialed in.
I don't think that was Chase's fault.
It's just zigging and zagging on restarts.
Right. So you're trying to fill the middle.
Here's another one.
Oh yeah, I think 5 came down there. But I mean, that's a different one.
That's different.
Okay.
Yeah, their roles were reversed.
Oh, that's a small gap.
Somebody called in the Sirius XM
You got to fill it though,
and was like, "I'm happy Kyle's done taking everybody's crap. He's been too nice for too long." And I'm like, "We talking about the same Kyle? The one that puts everybody in a bad spot?"
Yeah. And his frustration is pegged. Take a listen to the radio.
See what he had to say.
Every single mother. Much room do I have to leave people? How's my ride recorder? All that.
It's fine, Kyle. It's carbon.
I know those guys have been hard on you, man.
Didn't really know what he said. I just heard a lot of beeps.
Yeah.
I heard a mother. I don't know if he's talking about
Mother's
his mom
Day.
or somebody else's. But, yeah.
I don't think his mother would have liked those comments. Neither would have Chase Elliott's
Look,
mom.
he's back with the common folk back there.
In the trenches.
Corey's like, welcome to my life.
Yeah, welcome.
This is what my life has been for the last 5 years.
Yeah, welcome to the dark zone.
Oh, yeah. That's not fun, man.
I was born in the dark. Like, what's the guy? Bane?
Yeah, Vane. I live in it.
Also, we talk about guys that were fired up. The 38, you guys, your day was it ended?
It might as well been.
Yeah.
That's the worst, dude. If you're going to wreck us, wreck us.
Yeah,
don't make me have to cut the carbon fiber off of this thing,
Yeah,
limp
no
around
kidding.
for 100 more laps.
So the Hurricane Hocevar, as they were trying to get to stick. Obviously, you didn't watch the broadcast.
That's definitely Category 5.
They've really been hammering that. Hurricane Hocevar strikes again. That was more Steve Irwin than Lee Diffie.
Do you hate the Hurricane name?
It's a bit corny, but if that's what they're going to go for the next 14 weeks, more power to them because they're going to be able to get some runoff.
What would you call him?
Beep, 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 mother, beep. That's probably what a lot of guys did, and that's also
Crashing Carson. What do you call him?
I'm not going to even.
Get a corny nickname.
His name's Carson Hocevar, man. Somebody else pulling the rope. Rudy gambled on a call. Pitted what? He went and stretched 140 laps of fuel. 50 of those, come to find out, ended up being caution, which he didn't know that at the time. Hey. And their call at the moment was, let's just get some tires in this thing. And more than likely, we're going to have to split the stage or go long and pit late. And they were the beneficiary. They got lucky, but they created their own luck because they pitted at the right time and everything went their way.
They got unlucky.
Yep.
It's like the weather in Florida. If you think you're on the wrong strategy, wait 5 minutes.
Yep.
Right?
You'll catch another rainstorm.
So that's where they pitted. They got the 88 spun out.
Yep.
Put them a lap down.
Waved.
Then they got the lucky dog, so they were able to come in and top off and make all their adjustments, which put them on a different strategy. Then since they were back there and they got the lucky dog, then they were already the last car in the lead lap, so they just came in at the end of stage 2 and just filled her up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we got nothing to lose, and then it just boop 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 pole vaults you to the other side.
Well, I thought at this moment the 19 was still in the best spot. Because did he have a tire advantage? No. I don't know if he did or not.
The 19 might have had a.
But the 19, as we know, had a hot rod. I was thinking that he was in a really good spot to potentially contend for a win. Also Brad, but Brad got kind of hung up here behind the 60, behind the 43. You betcha. You betcha bottom dollar.
Rudy pumped up.
I mean, who'd have thunk it?
Who would think, when you look back at their last 8 races, right, or 7 races before this, there was 2 finishes inside the top 25?
27, I believe.
Top 27, yeah, I was just going
round it up.
they are the points leaders, though, still, somehow.
Those
so how good
guys-
has your season been? And they can win any week, dude. It's, like, crazy.
Those guys are dangerous.
They are.
They are dangerous. And a bad day, they just get over and forget quickly and just continue to focus on the next one.
Here's what I love for them.
Tell
When
me.
you have this much speed, we've been through this in the summer with the Penske cars the last couple of years. You want to go through this downturn in momentum right now because you get through it, you get on the other side of it.
Yeah.
And then you go into the playoffs a stronger team because you went through it. So if they can dig themselves out of this like they did yesterday,
Yep.
and
Catch a
now
break.
they're catching momentum at the right time, win the regular season championship, put 15 points in the bank, a little trophy in the shelf,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go and you're dangerous for the playoffs because you went through this lull.
It's an interesting take.
I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
It's facts.
And we're starting to see 27-year-old William Byron really turn into a championship favorite.
Billy B. Did he have the big hat in Victory Lane?
Did he? I don't know if he did or not. The beard's back. I'll tell you, though. Billy B with a beard, man's dangerous.
He's dangerous. You know what else is dangerous? His gas man, Landon Walker. So we'll talk about him next here in Boats and Woes.
Yeah, don't y'all turn it off. We got some good stuff coming up right after this. All right, guys, time for Pit Road Boats and Woes. Let's rifle through these pretty quickly because we got to talk to our buddy, Shane van Gisbergen. He's going to be in the Nonsense Garage with us. So first up, what do we got?
Sam Mayer. I don't know what this one is. Sam Mayer, pit road mistake. What happens here?
Oh,
jeez.
Oh, my.
So it's tough. You're around the corner there. What are they in pit stall?
One, looks
One?
like.
Yeah, pit stall one. They're around the corner. He can't see it.
Who put that there?
Cooks are in there. Luckily, everybody's okay. They go on. Live, fight another day.
They'll find another day.
Live, fight
They
another
win the race.
day. Goes on, wins the race. First one for Haas Factory. Talked about that earlier. Saw. Got a clip in here of Dave Burns trying to jack up a car. Barely saw this. Yep, that's not going to be good for you, buddy. No.
No, that's not how you do it.
No. It's easy. It's easy.
That-
Hopefully we can get in the fan zone next year.
There's a
and have
video of
some pit
me on the
stops.
internet somewhere, me doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, bet. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, watch your finger, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him kind of before the race with Jackman Jordan Osinski talking about stuff. Here we go, 48 and the 8. Got a quick one. 8 blocks him in. So the 8 lost their pit
Point.
stall selection because
Yep.
they crashed. They didn't qualify. So, man, look at this shuttle. Big Country just running with the gas can. Roll it back real quick. Watch him run. 100-pound gas can. Pow! Plugs it right in.
Yeah, that's right.
That is some thug stuff. That's what I take away from this. But, yeah, the 48 just wasn't able to get angled out. They can only stop so far along because the 99 was there, too. So
I wonder.
Tough
So
situation.
the in-car came with the 8, and they showed, and he was like cussing with his hand out the window.
what's he mad about?
So what we can't see is I don't know if Alex made a gesture to him, right?
I wonder
told him what number he was on his Christmas card list as they were rolling down pit road. Like that's what I foresee happening.
Well, I wonder if he wanted Alex to stop shorter.
That's what he says.
I
But
don't know.
he's just mad, man. They're running 41st and 42nd. Why are we getting mad and blocking each other in?
What was more? What was harder? How he threw the middle finger there, or his hand out the window, or how he threw the ball on Saturday?
He threw the middle finger with way more intensity than that baseball.
We got some brake tape questions here, so definitely a comparison. The noses are different.
They did a great job on the broadcast breaking this down. I mean, Steve Letarte broke it down, talking about square inches. They had the comparison, right? There's 2 different rotor options, guys. I don't know if they said that in the broadcast. There's a heavy duty and a light duty. Previously with this car, everybody's running the heavy duty stuff. Guys would try to get away with running the light duty stuff the first couple of years. This next gen car, that's when you'd see guys break rotors. Now everybody thinks and knows if you run a light duty rotor, it will get hot, contract, get hot, contract. As it gets colder, that's when they break. So everybody runs heavy duty, but now your window, you want them hot. You want your rotors 1,000 degrees, 900 degrees.
So want them to stay hot because they cool down the straightaway, and that's when you get brake shape.
And then they get warped, right? So getting those brake openings correct is very important. It's not just like, hey, let's slap some tape on this thing. You see the left front openings in the 45 car pretty well closed, comparable to the 24 car above. The right front opening is way open compared to the 24 because they saw, I'm sure they looked at practice temps. It was getting hotter, so they wanted to give that some more opening. Come to find out, it was cooling it off too much, getting some shake. Tyler Reddick, not happy.
Mm.
Dude,
it's also probably an aero advantage that you got to take that into account. You can't get any aero advantage. So okay, that's the stuff you're trying to. Let me get a little more tape here. Well, if I open this one up, the pressure here takes that off if I run it in this skew. So there's a lot that goes into it. That's why you're seeing different tape on the front of cars, and you can't put any tape on your grill anymore.
Yep.
That's got to stay open. Last one, Priest, possible loose wheel.
I saw Steve Price there just
was it
pleading
Cooter?
his case. It was Cooter.
Oh, he will plead. He had
the iPad out. Hey, look at it. Look at it. I could tell. It's perfect.
Well, he's been doing it a long time.
Yep.
So
he was up there in the
box. He has
box.
one of the all-time quotes of all time. This is where his confidence is. Pit crew competition, first year we did it at Wilkesboro. He had a loose wheel, right? You had to drive back around and check it. It was loose. You could see it when it left. The left rear was loose. He goes, well, they said it was loose, not me. I was like, hell yeah, cute.
I love that.
Yep. They said it was loose. I think it was tight.
Yeah. I think it was just fine.
But ultimately, the 60s wheel was tight. Dog of the week, Landon Walker, Gasman on the 24. Man, it's hard to get that car full.
That's a big boy on pit road.
He's a big boy, and these great Gasmen are winning close races for their team. Hopefully, the race can be a little bit closer this week because SVG is going to come in and talk to us about Watkins Glen. Nobody's been close to that fella.
Nope.
But we got close to him when he sat right here in Nonsense Garage.
Chris Buescher got the better of him last year at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game now. He's got a team built around him, and he's a full-time Cup driver. So good luck to the rest of the field.
I agree.
Wishful thinking is what I call that.
Let's see what SVG's got to say. Let's get him on. Stay tuned. All right. Man, been trying to get this fella in all year long. He was a frequent guest last year as we cataloged his trip to America. Well, now the some put some roots down, and he proceeds to teach the entire NASCAR world a lesson on road courses. Please welcome back to the Nonsense Garage, Mr. Shane van Gisbergen. Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. It's been a while.
It has been. It's been too long.
Yeah.
And inherently, when you get in just to the dog days of the season, right, it seems like Trackhouse and Chevy have your Mondays completely booked from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, and we record on Mondays. So this week we record on Tuesdays.
Perfect.
You freed up some time. You came in, and there's a lot to talk about because now you have inherently went from you were 100% on your win record last year, a couple years ago at Chicago, but now you were the first. What was the stat? You're the first to 4 wins since Jim Bob Smith in 1972. Like, you got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it's been a good couple of months.
I'd say.
Turned it around, yeah. It's been awesome. Like, having the one win at Mexico was pretty cool, and then the next couple of cherries on top's been pretty awesome. And then even for the team as well, we have all started rough, and then Ross winning the 600, and then the next 3 for us. As a team, I think it's the most wins Trackhouse has ever had. So pretty cool,
dude. You've been crushing it. It's been fun.
Thanks.
Been fun to watch. Let's talk about. We talked about. So Bubba was in here earlier, just talking about the weight that it lifts, knowing that our entire goal is to make the playoffs. That's the big box you want to check, and that's also you joined us after your Mexico City win. We were lucky enough; it was a prime race. So you joined us for the post-race celebration. We drank some margaritas and a Red Bull, and you talked about just like Justin Marks putting all his chips on the table to build this 88 team, to get Steve Duran to do exactly what you've done for the last three weeks or month and win all these road course races. So is it more relief that you delivered, or excitement like, hey man, we're really kicking ass?
It's kind of everything. Like, the first 10 races were pretty difficult, but we knew it would be growing pains, and I knew it would be very difficult season, but we were in the 30s genuinely.
Yeah.
And it was a bit, not of a shock, but it was we got a lot to do. And then
the metric starts to bury you. You start to go
every
early
week
qualify, bad pit stall selection. Yeah.
You're stuck there, but you could feel that there was potential, and I knew I was still driving a lot within myself, not taking too many risks, and it was going to get better. And then, as a team, like there were some weeks I felt like I drove pretty well, and I was still 30th, but Ross was 31st or 29th. You know, we were, or Ross and Daniel, we would struggle as a team. You know, so I felt like we were getting there. And then as our team's getting better, we're learning a bit more on our oval cars, getting better. I'm kind of creeping up there with it, and yeah, Ross would get. He's got this amazing ability on restarts and his positioning to get a top 10 result out
with
of
a 25th place car. He's exceptional.
Very good. And so I'm just trying to benchmark to him and Daniel. And yeah, but I feel like as a team we've gotten better, and like my average running positions now, you know, inside the top 20, or my pace is in the 20s now. So it's been a huge gain on the ovals and only getting better too.
So your first, had you ever run on the Indy GP course?
In 23.
Okay, so you ran a Cup car.
Yeah, when I come back for the race after Chicago.
Yeah. So what was your first experience of the Brickyard Oval?
Last year in the Xfinity car.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it was restrictor plate, and it was quite slow. So this year you're hauling into the corners.
It feels like you're going 300 miles an hour in turn 1.
And when you're at the exit of a corner looking at the next one, it looks so narrow.
And that wall's like
yeah, it comes out a little bit. So there's not much room for error there.
Yeah. It's what's the biggest attended race in New Zealand or Australia? Is it Bathurst?
Yeah.
How many people go?
I think it's like 200,000, but it's over 4 days. So it's probably 60 or 70 on the Sunday.
Does it feel comparable in terms of excitement and buzz? Like, because we talk about Crown Jewels a lot. I think that's where I'm going with it. We talk about Crown Jewels of and now you've been a part of several Daytona 500, Coke 600, Brickyard 400, and Southern 500 here later in the year. Like, what sort of energy in Australia does it feel like
the big races, like the Clipsal 500, Bathurst 1000, and like when we went to New Zealand and they do the haka and the anthem pre-race, like races like that are big, but you can't really compare to like a Daytona or a Talladega, because at our races the tracks was, the crowd spread around the track, whereas at Daytona they're all on the front straight. It's a bit different, but the big races over there were still pretty big.
Were you upset to hear Chicago's going away?
Oh, yes and no. It's a pretty special place to me, but I guess going to new places is always exciting too,
and also an advantage for you as well.
Well, hopefully, I never raced on an airbase though, so
neither's anybody else. What'd you think? So you've probably seen just the same stuff that we have, right? With the sick video that came out this past week announcing the San Diego date. Have you put any thoughts to that? I saw you answered a question. Somebody asked you what it compared like, and you said Surfer's Paradise.
Well, I had to look on a map where it was. I don't know where it is, but it's by the ocean, I guess. So it's like surfers in that regard, but I don't know what the track will be like or anything. So.
Neither do I. That's going to be cool, though. Now, it probably has a bit more military pride and more Americana tied up to it.
That should be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, you're on like enemy every week for you. It's just like behind enemy lines. Not really, though, man. You got roots down here. You got a farm.
Yeah, we're set up here pretty good now.
You bought Jess a farm truck, a 1972 GMC.
Yep. Yeah, we're set up good here. We got a place in Mooresville, and got plenty of animals and
what do you got?
Place. So there's like a horse kind of, people can come and have their horses there. There's about 14 horses, and then we got 2 dogs now. There's 5 cats, 10 chickens, 3 goats. Did you
get a new dog?
Yeah, we got a dog. We rescued one last year. His name's Steve. Little Aussie red heeler. He's a menace. Yeah. He's pretty cool.
And what you also have, too, is a couple fields that you just take some beater cars and let it eat. Has there been any sort of – what's the best type of car to go out there?
Yeah, so when we got all the land, I said one paddock I'm claiming. Yeah. And that's going to be a racetrack. Yeah. So we kind of removed the fences and made that a track and got a bunch of cars and –
a couple Rangers.
Yeah, we got a little S10 that BJ McLeod brought around. That's pretty cool. And we race every couple of weeks.
Crown Vics. What else do you have out there?
There's like a couple little Hondas and there's like a Chrysler.
Have you flipped one yet?
No. One went head on into a tree. I made a track through the woods, and then the first day someone went head on into a tree.
Don't name names, but who was it?
It was a guy called Manny, a friend. And we've stopped racing through the woods. But I need more cars. So if anyone's got some donor cars,
when you first bought it, we were looking at like cars under $1,000.
Yeah.
And I got kids and so I can't afford anything nowadays. That's why I'm stacking pennies. But I do need to get over there.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. We'll get back to the technical side for a second. So, what I was so intrigued last year when you got to call, like, or you knew your best opportunities to win a race, to get in playoffs, was obviously on road courses, but you had to go through a bunch of different technical things, master cylinder sizes, to get your feel how you wanted to, and then once you found the feel, you're off to the races, pun intended. Did you have to do the same thing to get the feel, and how to translate getting that stuff from the simulator to reality, or vice versa?
Yeah, and then especially the racing in the Cup car. So I'm glad I did a learning year rather than jump straight into Cup, because I would have got swallowed up even more. But the cars are like chalk and cheese. It's so different, and the racing is...
What was the analogy again?
Chalk and cheese.
Okay.
They're very different things.
Yeah, they are very different things.
Sorry.
My kids try to eat both.
Night and day is probably better.
Okay.
But like how you place the car, how you race it is just so different. Like you hang out in an Xfinity car, you can upset the guy in front of you, and if you got a bit of aero wash, you can hang out to the right, and it's not too bad, it kind of helps you turn. Whereas if you hang out to the right in a Cup car, you're having a big crash. It's like a little death zone. Mm-hmm. So like, and then how the cars behave when you're beside each other, it's almost opposite.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everything I've learned last year, I've almost had to start again. And the way the car reacts on new tires, and how you can't really yaw it like the Xfinity car. It's like I've started again. So it's a big learning process again.
But just seeing the tracks the first time.
Oh, that's been
had been helpful.
So going back to familiar places, and knowing what town I'm in and where it is, like it's
like
stuff like that. Everything was foreign last year, whereas at least I know the tracks. And
for sure. I mean, that's something I hadn't even really thought of. Like, I've been going to these places not even before I was before I was racing with my dad. Like, I just knew where the bathroom, I knew where the media center was, I knew where the tunnel was.
Little things add up.
Everything for you is brand new.
Yeah, exactly. Like going to Iowa, I'm like, where's that on the map?
Right in the middle.
Kansas. Yeah, like I don't know. Like it's everywhere's new, and it's been pretty awesome.
You ever park somewhere? So I'll tell you a story. I was at Kansas. I parked apparently in the wrong spot. I come out after the race. You're hot, sweaty, probably pissed off because I didn't run this very good. My got towed.
Oh, no.
It couldn't have been further away. And people offered to give me a ride. Dude, I declined every ride. I'm walking. I have steam coming out of my ears. I want to sound like Austin Hill on the radio and just MF and NASCAR up one side and down the other. When I just parked in the wrong spot. Hey, there's our buddy Ryan Flores.
Stand up.
Just go ahead and pull up a chair. All right, friends, we're back. We picked up a straggler, Ryan Flores. Thanks for coming back.
I had work today. We had to skip yesterday because you were at a golf outing. But Shane, you've been crushing it, dude.
Yep.
Pumped for you. It's been. I've heard that your Mondays are brutal with meetings, but happy to get you in here, dude. I'm sure you guys have talked about the road course success.
Yep.
So let's talk about the summer shootout.
Well, because Bubba joined us in a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about. I made a bit of a joke. I was like, what is it about the summer shootout? They're cranking out champions.
Yeah.
SVG's race, getting his back bumper beat off by a 13-year-old, then he goes sweeps the month. And then Bubba, go over here, same thing, Brickyard 400 champ. So summer shootouts where champions are made.
Yeah, now we need Scotty to have a good run. It's been rough for him.
Oh, but Team Penske overall, holy mackerel.
It's been awesome. It's been good fun. It's like a 10-week or 9-week season kind of thing, and we run with Joe Ryan's team, Kevin Harvick, and turn up every week and practice Monday, race Tuesday.
Who talked you into it?
So we went last year and watched Bubba, and then Scott and I thought it'd be fun to do, just for something to do during the week, and I guess it's good practice a little bit too.
It is. It's reps.
But you're getting smashed into by 14-year-olds or 18-year-olds. But it's been fun. So we have a bet between the three of us. Whoever's last in qualifying has to pay for dinner. So we go for dinner somewhere.
So I asked Bubba what was the tally. He said he actually thinks he probably bought the most.
Yeah, he didn't know about it until the first week when he was last. And Scott and I thought he was going to kill us every week, and so he's paying for dinner. So I've only had to pay for one, touch wood, and it's been good.
Well, it was the last week, but what overall, like, I think it's a little bit why Bubba does it, it's a little bit different. Right? That's what he grew up racing. So it's kind of like going back to his roots. But for you, it's like this is Americana, and this is some sort of vehicle that's unique to itself. Like, what has that taught you? Are you having fun? Now I'm sure you've gotten a bit serious because you want to run good.
Yeah.
Like, where's the balance there?
So it is a lot of fun because we're racing as mates, but you learn a lot. Like, so you have to do the choose yourself. The restarts are crazy. The restarts are just like Martinsville. You know, if you choose the outside, you can gain a row, but you got to get down. You got to get down as quick as you can, and then it's just how to use the bumper, which right part of the corner, and then also
where's the right part of the corner, like the 3/8 mark, half mark to get the
like early so you can move them. Yeah. Like if you hit them in the middle, it just helps them off the corner, right? And then also keeping your head. Like if someone hits you, you can't just snap and get angry at that guy. You got to kind of get your momentum going. And it's been fun learning that, and then we're just. And having my thumbs out, like, because you get hit and your wheel just rips out of your hand.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Modifieds are notorious for breaking your, what are they, metacarpals or something, these little bones in your fingers.
Yeah.
You broke your hand a couple times driving those.
So I got my thumb jammed early in the year. So when I race the modified, I wear a stiffening brace on my right hand. Thank God I had it this weekend because I stuffed it. Yeah. But, like, initially, on the initial start, I was on the outside. I did the same thing where I rolled the top. But you're one guy, like, twitching off the bottom. In a legend car, you're going for a ride.
Yeah.
In that, I just kind of stuffed in the modified. I stuffed it into John Holloman's, like, he used to race out of here, into his right rear nerf, and it ripped the wheel out of my hand. And, like, this Sunday morning, this was, like, the size of a golf ball. I'm like, gonna have to be, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough.
Yeah, that's right.
So my dad's always taught me that. In his rallying, he was always thumbs out. And I've always, because you have a better grip and feel closed, but I've started doing it in the Cup car now on restarts and tight tracks, especially. Yeah. Because your wheel just gets ripped, no matter how much strength you have.
Well, there's the one analogy, or the one outlier of the entire Cup field is Ryan Preece, modified guy. He turns his spoke, right? That wheels have 3 spokes. He turns it upside down.
He even does that on a road course, I think.
He does it everywhere.
He does. I think he just likes to be different.
He's 1,000% short track guy. We were talking a little bit off air about, like, drifting. You said your dad was in rally. You've done, and I guilty as charged. We are very much like NASCAR guys and have only ever been like NASCAR and short track guys. And it's taken till now with a couple things I do outside to, like, broaden my horizon and see what other kind of motorsports there are. I think you probably in the garage have the best pulse on the whole, like, motorsports world throughout the whole world, honestly.
Sports cars, sprint cars, drifting.
Yeah, what's your favorite, like, type of racing other than just, like, stock car road course racing?
Yeah, well, I can see why. Like, it's hard. Like, I don't really watch supercars anymore, or GT in Europe, or even F1. Like, you're so ingrained in this world, and you have to be, because it's every week and it's a big grind. It's hard to not have the blinkers on. But my favorite sport or racing is rally, by far. It was the most challenging. And, like, the drivers in rally are amazing. And I would love to have done more of that. But, yeah, it's hard. There's not many guys in the world who make money doing rally. And I had to fund it myself, which was cool, trying to go out there and do it. But that sport is, it's next level. I wish I could do more. I
always thought it was cool that they did in the X Games. Like, Austin Cindric has an X Games medal from that. But my favorite was this. Have you ever done it in the snow?
No, I've never done it in snow.
Dude, the snow, like Pastrana and them when they were running the Subarus or whatever in the snow.
It's awesome.
It's
some of my favorite YouTube videos to watch are just, like, point of the field of view, just like driver's eye cameras of rally cars.
I love watching.
Have you ever done like the stadium trucks type, like those type of trucks, the off-road trucks? I think that's like a only West Coast niche thing.
That's where Jimmy Johnson
They have it in New Zealand, but
really
at a lower level. Yeah.
What do you call them? Stadium trucks or
Pro 2s, Pro 4s?
They have every type of career. Not only do
they have. Would you do Baja? Like, does Baja interest you at all?
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah.
It'd be cool to drive on the stadium racing, but not out in the middle of nowhere. It looks like torture.
Australia, they have all the animals are dangerous and all the race cars are the most dangerous.
And the
craziest stuff.
They want your car to flip over and they want to take all the tires off and leave you stranded.
Baja? Baja's gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
So self-admittedly, I know literally nothing about drifting, but it's always intrigued me. From the first time you came in, you will do a drift lap for your, cool down lap. If you had to, we talked about, was it Drift Masters?
Yep.
Is
in
it
Ireland?
In Ireland.
Is in Ireland?
Over here, it's Formula Drift. There's
another
one.
D1 NZ in New Zealand.
Yeah.
It is the most pointless, and it's judged. So it's the most pointless, useless motorsport. But it is the most fun and so impressive what people can do with the cars. And when you do it and you're tandeming and you're chasing someone and trying to...
If you had to build one, what type of car do you build?
I've always wanted to build a ute, which is like a mini truck, I guess. Yeah.
Like a El Camino, right?
Yeah, something like that. But like a Nissan S chassis is probably one of the most popular. They're pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Have you seen Bowman's Corvette? He's got a couple of cars. But
his
Corvettes
are
gnarly.
His are pretty cool, yeah. So it's the most fun motorsport, but it's pretty stupid too.
Have you got any play around cars yet in the States to mess around with?
I got a little Mazda RX-7 rotary, but it's just a street car. I always wanted a rotary, and they're like unachievable money to get a good one in New Zealand. So there's plenty here, and put a little motor in it, and
hell yeah,
it's fun.
I love it. So we were talking about it earlier. He bought Jess a 1972 farm truck. It's like straight, dude. It's like really nice. We were
long
talking
bed,
about
short
yeah,
bed.
yeah, one of the long ones.
I got a short bed.
It's like from me to Hickory.
Short bed.
I mean,
nice.
Yeah. You can put 10-foot planks in there and close tailgate. That's how long it is. But we were talking about how analog it is, like how heavy the doors are, and the key in the wrong position drains the battery, right? But like I got a chance. I went to lunch with a guy last week who had a Tesla Plaid. You ever driven one of those?
No.
Oh my God! And I'd always said you guys can attest to this. EVs were a hill that I was going to die on. Like I don't want to. Like,
when you get in a Tesla for the first time, dude, you're like,
oh,
that's why that guy's the richest guy in the world.
Yeah, I drove it from Bonefish Grill out towards the Speedway, and we turned on a Speedway Boulevard there, and had a 3/4 mile straight. He's like, "Put your head back and romp it." And I'm like, "You sure?" Like, yeah, bro. I hit the gas. I've never felt any acceleration like that.
Yeah.
Your peripheral starts to get blurred that fast. It's unbelievable.
Have you ever done any EV racing?
No.
I saw him at Chicago.
What's your opinion on EVs?
Good to fall asleep to when you're watching the races.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. But
I don't know. I can see the technology coming, but I love getting this truck. It's a big V8.
Yeah.
I just love the sound, the feel of it. When you start the NASCAR up.
Carbon monoxide poisoning because it's running a little fat.
I always want V8s.
Yeah. Oh,
none of this hybrid stuff.
No, I'm with you. I think there's a place for it, but
they were doing
not a NASCAR track.
Pit stops with the EV car Sonoma, and it was like 5 pit stalls down from us, and they had to keep reminding us like, "Hey, get out of the way," because my uncle is a Harley Davidson rider forever, and he had a sticker on his helmet like all the Harley guys do that said "Loud pipes save lives," because you can see him coming.
Yeah.
And that's the truth, because you didn't know that thing was coming until it was past you, and I was like, "Oh boy, about got hit." So yeah, it's different, but I'm definitely those cars are cool to like take a ride in and be like, "Wow, that thing is like a spaceship." But I'd take my '77 F100 all day long over top of it.
Twice on Sunday.
Ross and Daniel, I think both, they have the electric Silverados. Okay. They're pretty cool, but they can't go very far with it. But
no, you go get coffee and come back to the house and plug it back in.
But they look and drive awesome, and it's pretty impressive how fast they are.
It is pretty impressive. What also has been pretty impressive is that your rookie campaign here in the Cup Series, buddy. Let's talk about that a little bit and get back to business. Going to the playoffs, we're about a month away from the playoffs. Have you been prepping for the first round as much as you've been prepping for the upcoming races?
A little bit. I think it's just keep compounding what we've been doing on ovals, and I'm probably still too analytical with everything. Everyone here seems very, I call it reactive in the way they drive, whereas I'm more proactive and know what's going to happen and overthink things, especially it helped me at Indy in qualifying, but some weeks it doesn't, people just full send here and whatever the car does.
Figure it out after that.
Yeah. But, I don't know. So, my thought process at Indy, right? So I did turn 4 and then down the front straight, I could see the windsock on the tower and I'm watching which way it's going. And I'm like, okay, it's almost as bad as practice was, but so I anticipate, I'm going to be loose at 1 on exit, and then 2, the wind's going to push me off.
So have a bit of understeer.
Yeah, so I kind of anticipated it, whereas everyone else just sent it through 2, and a lot of people worked, or a lot of people got tight. Yeah, so it worked for me there, but other people just send it and hope. So
we talk about it when you have been on the show. Is I think it's not coincidence that you have come onto the scene and just clean house at road courses. Like your processing speed, the things you notice and the things that you know matter. Brake bias, slow sections of this course versus high speed of the course. Like that's the next level that because they had the NASCAR field hasn't had somebody your caliper come in there and show how far they're off. I think you're raising the bar, and it's just little instances like that too of like that's why you're a dude. If there's 36 guys qualifying Indy, there might be like less than 5 that are checking the windsock.
Well, going to Mexico too, like talking about just this season and NASCAR in general, it's like you get buried by the metric, and each week it just doesn't stop, right? And I could see on your face, but more so like on Steve Dorn's face, just like carrying, like he was like aging like the president there for a little bit. And then you go to Mexico, and I felt like it had to feel like the weight of the world was on you guys. Like, hey, these next 3 races, we got to figure out how to win one of them. And to be able to go win all of them was like, it had to be such a weight off your back just to get the first one.
Oh, 100%. And then the way we did it too was pretty awesome. And then you just feel everyone's chest come out, that you get confident, and it really fixes everything. And then you can take more risk on the other road courses. And I've been trying to do other stuff with setup, especially on a road course that feelings I want from the car, and we can try that. And we've just been able to get outside the box a bit, and it's been good.
We had JP on after he got hit at Pocono. I want to tell you you're for the whole loose wheel deal at Mexico.
Oh yeah.
I was like, he's like, are we sure? No, they're tight. And you're like, are you sure they're tight? But it's what'd you feel there?
It's just you run pretty low pressures like everyone does, and the cars just feel funky when they just walk on the tire. And it was mixed conditions there. It was a bit wet, and normally I would push through it, but you have such good systems here. They can go and review the cameras real quick, and so I hated asking it because I had a feeling it would come right.
Dude.
But the safety car came out end of the stage, and then of course the tires stay low.
Yep.
And I'm like weaving. I'm like, oh, I can't tell. And then the brake pedal's long as well because it's wrecked from the air. There's no air, so they wore out quite a lot. So every time I weaved, my pedal would go long, which means a loose wheel. And I'm like, I asked it multiple times, and they would have been heart and mouth. And then 2 laps after the yellow, it come right, as the tires come up. But
that's the worst feeling
I know,
in the world. But it's also like when your car's that fast and you're like the strategy's played, everything's good, and you're going to win. You're like, you start feeling that little bit like, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah. And then Steve also told me how important it was for you guys to win at Sonoma. You had a lot of people from Red Bull there. And it's just like I really thought, looking at Mexico, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I just need to get it out. Looking at Mexico, the last run, it looks like you guys hit it hit the balance where you wanted it to be. And I kept hearing everybody being like, oh, we've raced at Sonoma forever. He's in trouble there. And I'm like, I don't think so. If I'm reading the data right, like they've figured out what he wants. So did you feel any added pressure, like going to Sonoma, knowing that everybody has more laps there, or do you feel pretty confident?
Yeah, you always feel pressure, I guess, but everyone kind of talked it up or talked themselves into it that week that that'd be as quick. And we had, like, I did the wheel force test there last year, so I had some laps there, but it certainly was pretty cool doing qualifying, and because practice we weren't that great, and then qualifying we just laid it down, and it was a pretty cool feeling. But I really think everyone was a lot closer.
It's funny how after you win 3 road courses in a row, all of a sudden there's just chatter between all these different podcasts. Well, we just have too many road courses. We got too many road courses.
Definitely changed.
We got some too many road courses. I don't know. All of a sudden we got too many road courses.
I wanted ball.
What do you think? Take if there's a way to remove your competitive bias, right? Knowing you've raced at pretty much all the ovals we go to now, what do you think a good balance of road course ovals is?
I think we have a good amount, but having the 2 in a row was probably a bit much. Like, I love the variety of the series. Like, you never do 2 intermediates in a row or 2 super speedways. It seems like every week it's a different type of track. So doing 2 road courses in a row was probably a rare thing. So
and if
they're more spread out, I think that would be a better feeling.
Palpable.
I do think that we don't need to go to FIA tracks. I think our cars don't race well at FIA Coda. F1 tracks like Coda, and even Mexico. Like the straighters are a little too long for us. I think Sonoma's a great racetrack for us.
There's plenty of cool tracks here, like Laguna Seca or Road America and stuff. But it does look pretty stupid at Coda when we're off the track more than we're on it. It feels
Oh,
like.
thank you for saying that. God,
Talk about track. You're
almighty.
talking his language if you're speaking track limits.
Dude, I talk, but it's I'm all for track limits at the apex. That makes sense.
Yeah, that
Everybody
makes
should be on
sense.
board. We drive off
It just looks
400
silly.
yards, which inherently everybody complains about. It's hard pass. Yeah, no, because your minimum speed can be 15 miles an hour faster because
Yeah.
you blow the exit.
Or if someone just goes to pass you, just blow the corner.
Yeah, and then
to
you
get out there.
keep
Yeah.
position. If you had to keep your at least 2 tires on the racing surface all the time, everybody's you don't want a NASCAR police it. They have the ability to police it. It's pretty clear. You get warnings, right? I don't know if the stewards, or nay, but like
That brings
keep
in
the
another
cars
element, but yeah.
on the racetrack.
What I
and
love
the racing
about-
would be better.
What I love about road courses that we go to is the markets that it's brought us to, and especially like talking about that, going to Coronado. Have you looked at any of what that's going to be?
I don't know what that word is you just said.
Of course,
San
San
Diego.
Diego, Coronado.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that earlier. I had to look on a map where it was, but that should be cool. Like it's another new market and somewhere they haven't been before, and that always brings hype the first couple of years.
How many team guys are going to get in trouble in Tijuana? That's going to be a thing. It's
I'm
right
sure
there.
that if I'm a team owner, I'm like, do not cross
Do
the
not
border.
go to Tijuana.
Yeah, because
Over here checking passports.
No doubt.
The metric. So we talked about the metric
No.
and winning 3 races, but then you get the metric finally works out for you. No practice.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, damn it, I got to start 6th at Dover with no practice.
And
Then you get a flat tire.
Yeah, so I started that race. I'm like, this is going to be difficult, like a new track, new car. And I kind of got in line pretty early. I was in 7th, and then I went into 1 on the 2nd lap. Oh, man, I'm really tight. Went into 3, and it just plowed. Oh, crap. And I got back down again, and then I think Joey went to pass me. And I kind of shut his nose off, because I was clear, and then I just shot straight up the track. I'm like, have I got stuff on my tires? And then I'm like, okay, I got a problem. And then the spotters Josh is just telling me, Carlo, and
There's
trying
nowhere to hide.
And I'm like, I got a problem. And we were just talking over each other.
Yeah, you can't get down.
So that was, and then you're 5 laps down to
That
start
place
the
is
day.
awesome, isn't it?
Oh, I had so much fun, but I had to start at the back even though I'd pass a few people, you'd have to start behind them again.
You can't get a lap back there.
Yeah.
You couldn't buy a lap back there if you had to.
No, but it's an amazing track, and how the rubber builds up and it changes the track, and I really had a lot of fun there. And my car was good, which was a waste.
So inherently, when somebody becomes when you go from somebody likes to pull for to the guy that wins too much. We had Bubba in here, and he was talking about, he was talking to you. Nobody has more haters than that guy.
Yeah.
Even for no reason, people just like to hate on him. Has there been a shift that you've noticed of people are like, let's get this guy out of here. He's too good.
Yeah, especially when you got the 3 races in a row, and then people make these comparisons on the internet.
Oh my
same
God.
stats as Tony Stewart or Jimmy Johnson or Jeff
Denny
Gordon. I'm
Hamlin.
like, I know it's not the same. I'm not an idiot, and I don't ever compare myself to those guys, but that obviously starts the online talk, and then people.
Well,
but
then that also fired up the full point. This argument on this really hot topic and narrative on social media now. People are really buying into it, of the full points schedule. So let me ask you straight up, the way the win and you're in system is right now benefits a guy like you that has a substantial competitive advantage at certain racetracks.
That's the reason I'm here, right?
That's exactly the reason why you're here.
And
So
it's
what are
worked
your
out
thoughts on that? Because you're a pretty self-aware guy. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's cool. Obviously my championship position's running now, but when I first won the race, I was 32nd or something. So I can see why, but I really want Brad Keselowski to win a race, because he was 30th as well at the time, and it would have been interesting to see what people thought about that, because he's the champion, right?
Right.
And he could run pretty deep in the playoffs, so I really like the dynamic it brings now, especially with Bubba winning. There's some guys on the bubble and some good guys who are desperate for a win. I think it makes the racing much more exciting, those guys doing a Hail Mary, and I think it's pretty cool, the pressure it brings in to, because as I said, it changes your year and your.
Well, how often are you going to be talking about a guy that's 13th in points or 12th in points?
In trouble.
Yeah. Right? And you don't get a Hail Melon moment that Ross did without the playoffs.
Yeah.
You don't get
I
all
can see
these
both sides of it, but
Yeah.
I think, the one race deal, that's another thing.
That's my
a
point.
championship. But
Yeah.
I like the
We
way
can we can rethink that and restructure that.
I think so too. But to get in the playoffs in the top 16, that's a lot of drivers fighting for a championship.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
Sometimes I think we open. I don't know how it is. In Australia, they went to a playoff system too, right?
Yeah, but it's even more complicated, I think, and then they don't have a win in your end, so
that's where I feel like when I read it, I've never been one to as a competitor, you just don't. I never been one to turn the knobs. I've always been tell me the format, and then figure out how to win it. I just feel like we need to pick one and be like, this is it forever.
You know what needs to happen is because we haven't heard, I haven't seen anyways, like a press conference from leadership at NASCAR to say, hey guys, this is what we're doing.
Yeah,
and
I
here's
don't
why.
know why it's open.
Give it a rest.
I don't know why it's open to interpretation all the time.
Let's chop the head off this snake, whether you agree with it or not. This is what we're doing. This is why you're doing it. Yeah. And you can choose to show up or you can choose to turn on the TV if you want to. The TV is the boss.
This is what it is.
We have to create storylines.
Find something new to be mad
fabricate
about.
them or not.
I think as a fan watching the last race is pretty exciting, but as a competitor, you'd hate it. So,
well,
the problem is the competitors have the microphones and everything is viewed through a competitive lens, and if it doesn't serve me, then it stinks and sucks.
Well, I don't know. Like I could see everybody like you said, everybody has an opinion, but like our product, I think. And I don't know. I'd be interested to see how you see it.
We got him for about 50 more seconds.
I feel like our product in the world is very good competitive racing.
Yeah, and as a casual fan, I would always tune in for the final NASCAR race and who's going to win out of the four. And when you just turn on the TV, like it's pretty exciting. Like I would watch a fair bit of NASCAR, but I would always watch the final, Homestead or Phoenix, and go for the. Watch the whole race. You
never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's pretty exciting as a fan. So I guess that's what they're trying to get people to watch.
Yeah, which that's ultimately the name of the game.
I can tell you as a competitor, I've been in 3 of the last 5, changing tires in 3 of the last 5 Final Fours, and I've never felt anything like it. And like the last year, it was like comfortable in that moment, and it was so enjoyable and so cool, and like took it all in. And
like the whole week must be crazy.
It's just great. It's like I love it. So but I'm probably like I can't take my competitive hat off. I've been there. I know the pressure. I really enjoy it. I've won it. I've lost it. I just hope we pick one and move on from this conversation.
Well, with the rules the way they are right now, I hope you make a bit of a run in the playoffs, old buddy. Get through the round because you have to get the Roval is in what round?
Second round. Yeah.
So hey,
listen, I'm excited for you to win an oval.
One day,
you'll get
got a
there.
bit of work to do, but
Scotty did it in IndyCar. And it was exciting, and there's work to be had, but I'm excited for that day.
Shane, I appreciate you making the time to come in here today. It's been too long. Good luck to you. We'll get you in before the end of the year. Hopefully, you and that 88 team keep her in the win, buddy. Good luck to you. More Stacking Pennies coming up right after this. All right, let's land this bird with a couple penny for your thoughts questions. First up, what do we got?
Alex McCullough, what's your thoughts on the possibilities of standing starts on road courses at least?
What? What are we doing?
It's not for us.
What is a standing start?
This is what the F1 does.
Now, I'd be down for a Le Mans style start where drivers have to run and get in their cars.
Yeah, but you guys.
That's the only way you convince me to do a standing start.
You guys need somebody there to fluff your nuts before you get in the car. So you could never just get in.
No, like Juan Pablo. Remember he used to have somebody roll up his gloves like my kid's socks and put them on. He'd stick his hand out the window. Yeah. Somebody would put his fingers in and roll them on.
Who's gonna plug in my cool shirt?
No, it's broken.
Plug in my cool shirt. Greasy 4. Is it bad that ARCA pole time is faster than the Cup pole time?
Yeah, I don't like that so much.
I don't like that either. And it doesn't matter to me, but I don't love it.
Here's a thought I have though when that is up. Some of the best go-kart tracks in the country, you go with your buddies, aren't the ones you go to Trackhouse right up the road in Mooresville. I've got a shifter cart. You've driven it. I don't want to be around anybody.
Maintenance on that thing is terrible.
Yeah,
that killed me.
I worked on that. I put a new one on there. You drive a shifter cart, that is all you want to be by yourself. Those things are so fast. You go to S&S Speedway in Pocono, or you go, there used to be the track called Little 500 in Maitland, Florida. I believe it's shut down now.
R.I.P. Little 5.
You could get out of your cart and walk faster than these things, but it's the most fun you've ever had.
Best racing you could have.
Slide jobs, you can smash into people. So let's not confuse faster speeds with quote unquote better racing. Now, that's a whole nother conversation, a can of worms to get into. But the faster these things go, I don't like it either.
I'm with you, but like there's something, and it doesn't matter to me like what the speeds are. But there's something where I'm like, man, I wish the Cup cars were faster than everything else.
I agree, 1,000%. But let's not even open that can of worms.
Yeah.
What up? We got any other penny for thoughts?
That's it. That's it. Penny Stackers of the week. You're not at the track anymore. So
I had a lot of them at Speedway Classic.
Really?
Yep.
Love that. What'd they say? Hey,
man,
podcast.
stacking pennies. I mean, at least 10.
Yeah.
So so when we walked out, we were hanging out in the media center for a little bit, and we were walking out. It was still downpouring when we were going to our trucks. People were taking cover in the tunnel. So the tunnel was too deep, both sides, and there was one narrow way to get out of the tunnel. Right, we know how already narrow it is. So I was carrying Jensen in one arm, Levi's trucking, and that's when people were like, yell, hey, because then once one person says it, then like, oh, there's Corey. So that's when we had a lot of penny stackers. But yeah.
So met Kyle Nogel.
Okay.
Put starters on sprint cars.
Yep. Hey.
He had a 15 shirt on, Ryan Flores shirt.
Hey.
Love that. Got new shirts dropping this week too. If you guys want to go get them.
Who else? You got another guy.
Brady from Minneapolis, talked to him for a little bit, and then Clayton from Iowa. So we had a bunch of guys they got to talk to. They said they love the podcast. Come down and get the BS on pit road. I love that for the race.
Mm-hmm.
So keep them coming. Shout-outs. We said Sam Mayer, Bubba Wallace, Keselowski and Priest, Chase Briscoe, Spencer Davis wins $30,000 at Hickory. Minnie Tyrell wins $50,000 in the late model stock. Spencer Davis is in the pros. Join us this week Thursday, buddy.
Also, got a shout out, Stewie. I don't think his incident happened prior to last week's Saturday night or Sunday night. Really, really, really banged up. So our thoughts and prayers are with Stuart Friesen.
Yeah. So right here, this wing is from Kenny Rodiger, competitor out at Millbridge. All the kids from Millbridge are going to sign this wing. They're going to auction it off. All the proceeds are going to go to Stuart Friesen, Jessica Road to Recovery. Man, that was a brutal wreck.
Where was it? Do you know the track?
Canada.
It was in Canada somewhere. He slid and hit the blunt and the pit wall.
Then he got hit again.
It was a gnarly wreck. So he's got a long road to recovery. So thoughts and prayers out to Stewie. He's a racer's racer.
I went to go help out and buy a T-shirt. They're all sold out.
Yeah.
So anyway, you guys can help. But yeah,
Where can they go find that?
It's going to be at Millbridge. I think there's some stuff on Facebook. If you go follow Kenny Rodiger on Facebook or look him up, Millbridge will also be posting some stuff about it. I think deadline is next Wednesday.
Okay.
So
there you go. How about old boy that trailer flipped on the way back from Iowa?
Brutal.
Chubb?
That's my nightmare, dude.
Alex Clubb. Man, that's actually my nightmare.
That's my
like
nightmare.
My nightmare is flipping over in a hauler, and we've seen. But didn't that Butch Hilton pass away in?
I know he crashed. Yeah.
There's
been a couple.
Yeah, there's been a lot of guys really. I mean, the guy Spencer Clark. Remember Spencer Clark?
His trailer got pushed over by wind.
Yeah, he got killed in a accident.
Listen,
as well.
man, you get done with the races and you're driving home. There's a lot of stuff that happens on the road in the middle of the night. We take our truck drivers and everybody for granted, but getting all this stuff to and from the racetrack is scary. Thankfully, no one was injured in this past one, but
they have a GoFundMe page. I gave a couple pennies to them, so check them out. Go find them on social media. Alex Clubb, I believe you said it was. So those are the guys who are doing it for the love of the game, and I hate it when something bad like that happens to them. So go support fellow racers. Appreciate you guys supporting us at Stacking Pennies. Tune in this week later on for some spare change breaking down Watkins Glen. And, do all the things. Appreciate you guys. Have a great week. Goodbye.